Hello, everybody, and welcome to a New Year's Eve one day before. I don't know what you call it. Pre-New Year's Eve, December 30th. We could post a comment. Probably here in a minute. I hope. All right, so 2 new videos out today. Hope you enjoyed them. As usual, someone said we didn't know what we were talking about. No, I'm just kidding. We don't get it. That's the comment. When someone disagrees with you, they go, "Oh, you just don't get it." So all right, Rob.
What's up?
How are you?
Good. I'm good. Got my flu shot.
Got your flu shot?
Yeah. So if I start spazzing out a little, no.
You gonna spaz on a flu shot?
No. Shoot, last time I got one, I freaking got sick as a dog. That's why I never used to get them. I'm like, I'm not going to get the flu shot. I usually don't get that sick. So, but this season seems to be a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. All right.
Is there a playoff game today?
There is a football game today.
Yeah.
There's no playoff game today. It's tomorrow.
Oh.
And no nobody's on right now. I don't know if it's because this live thing here. I'm afraid to turn this on because it'll echo it. Let me just see this. View and live control room. Oh, okay. Is there any delay or echo, Rob?
No.
No.
Nope.
Wow. Remember that first time we did it? It happened. And it was on the
Yep.
same. This is on the same computer too. No, there's a delay.
I don't.
Yeah. And
Not
when
for
I'm
me.
looking up here.
Not for me. When you're talking, I see you talking. Yeah. I see your hand
Yeah, I
waving.
know. I'm looking in the control room. There's a delay. It about 15, 20 seconds when I do it that way. So
Gunner Stockton.
I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that we were live, but I hope I didn't screw anything up. It's confused me when you have the StreamYard. Because the first time we did it, we had all these echoes. So there's no echo right now.
No, it's just like we're
Okay.
no delay, no echoes.
Oh, if you go to the stream.
Oh, there we go. There's Bobby.
Bobby, I posted a notification, but I don't understand how this works. I just don't know what I'm doing. I posted a thing on my live thing that we had a live show.
You posted it on our site, right?
Yeah, and go to live, and it says live now. It says live right there. Streaming software public. So I'm not sure what you mean by what I'm supposed to do differently to post a notification. I've had that on there since last week.
They do the same thing last week too.
Yeah, but it comes out different when I'm streaming than when I did it.
So there's no echoes. I know, Bobby. I feel you. I feel you, Bobby.
You better chill, Bobby. Chill.
Right
It's still early in the evening.
There you go. Right out the gate. Hey, don't mess around. Just go right out the gate. Don't mess around, Bobby. Just come right out with it.
I had a nice dinner. Don't ruin my mood.
What'd you have?
I made a white chili chicken.
Don't you mean Caucasian? Don't you mean Caucasian, Mark?
Yeah, Caucasian chili chicken. It's actually called a white chili chicken because supposedly all the ingredients in it are almost white. But if you put shoe peg corn, it's white. You have onion, chicken. We get green chilies, but those are really light green. And white chicken.
Well, now you got that giant market near you, so you're going crazy now.
A privileged chicken.
You
get the chicken broth in it, garlic, good stuff. I put pumpkin in it too, to make it more flavor.
You get the right one, Mark. Bobby, you get the mark right out the gate. You get the best mark of the day.
Last week, I made cranberry chili. So next week, I'll probably make the chicken a la king, or make a beef stew or something like that. I like these winter dishes I like. And you can make them. They're paying a little bit more work to make, but then they're good for like 3 days. You know, you just keep eating. And they taste better the second day.
Yeah, because the thing does.
Anything like a stew, a soup, a chili, they all taste better the second day.
Yeah, because I'm going to do a soup rice tonight. So
anything that has a beverage in it, a liquid in it.
Yeah, I do a soup rice tonight. So
I don't usually. So
Mark, are you who you cheering for tonight, Mark?
Who is the game's meaningless? It doesn't matter because even if 49ers are out, and if Detroit loses, they could still get the home advantage because they're one game up on the Eagles and they have the tiebreaker. And then they play Minnesota next week. If they beat Minnesota, they'd have the tiebreaker and they'd be one game up because Minnesota would be 3 wins. So it doesn't matter. What's up, Joseph? So it doesn't matter. I read it was meaningless game for Detroit.
I don't know about meaningless. The defense is really hurt. They
have to beat Minnesota next week to get the number 1 seed, regardless of whether
you think they're not going to play that hard, or just?
I'm just telling you what I read. That it's the same thing. If they win next week, if they win tonight and win next week, they get the number 1 seed. If they lose tonight and win next week, they get the number 1 seed. So in that sense, it's meaningless.
So you think maybe after after winning at halftime, they're going to pull their starters?
I have no idea. I know Kansas City and Buffalo are going to pull their starters next week because Kansas City's clinched the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And Buffalo is clinched the number 2 seed, and they can't get the number 1 seed. So, what's up, Vadim?
Vadim, what's up?
So, AK Nation came in last week.
Oh, that's cool.
But you weren't here, Rob. He didn't make it the week before. I guess he had some time before the kids came in.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever wins between Detroit and Minnesota is the number 1 seed. That's the way it is right now. Yeah, the Eagles blew it when they lost that close game.
Yeah. What's up, Dennis? Yeah, Minnesota wins. They have it all, yeah.
Green Bay has to win, and what's their name? Washington has to lose to Green Bay to get the 6th seed instead of the 7th.
Well, watch out for the Washington, man. Washington, that quarterback, Daniels, man, he's playing with no fear. I love the way he's playing. 2nd year
in a row, a great rookie quarterback. Both black, Rob.
I know. Can you believe that? A black quarterback?
And Daniels, right. Two years in a row, Rob. It's a good sign for the future of black quarterbacks in the league.
All right, my people. We're taking my people. There we go.
Or like you said, hopefully we don't have to talk about it anymore. But it is pretty impressive, Rob, because it's 2 years in a row. There was 2 quarterbacks, regardless of what their race is, that have phenomenal seasons for rookies.
So we're gonna get the Rookie of the Year black quarterback, and then with Jackson, we're gonna get the MVP. Ooh, back to back, black, or we say black to black.
Josh Allen.
black to black.
Jackson's got it twice already. They're going to be tired. It's going to get tired of voting for him like Michael Jordan. They're going to give it to Josh Allen, but other people say they should give it to Saquon Barkley.
Barkley, I think Barkley. Yeah, he's got over 2,000 yards.
Yeah, but see, they don't. Next week's game is meaningless, so they should rest him so he doesn't get injured. I would just take the 2,000 yards. He said he'll do whatever the coach wants.
Well, he can break. Can he break?
Yeah, all he needs is 100 yards, 101 yards. He's at 2005, I think, and it's 2,105.
He'll break Dickerson's record.
I know. Dickerson doesn't want him to break it. That's all the reason to break it. Dickerson's going, I don't want to break it. This is my record. It's like, all right, whatever.
So Dickerson's going to go to the game and tackle him if he's breaking it.
Well, Barkley got an extra game. He got 7. He's going to get 17 games if he plays next week.
He's going to pull a Tanya Harding as he's going for it. He's going to go out, run on the field and tackle him.
And the 17s are relevant.
He's going to go Tanya
He's going to
Harding.
He's going to wait. Who was the Ohio State coach? Woody
Hayes. Yeah, Woody Hayes. Yeah, he tripped the guy. Yeah, he tripped him.
Didn't he punch the guy or tripped him?
No, he punched his player. Yeah, he punched the player. He
tripped
the player going
in. Like,
yeah.
What a psycho.
Woody Hayes, he was such a jerk. I'm glad Ohio State. I don't like Ohio State anyway.
Daniel looks fearless.
From criminal college. Yeah, Daniel, he's fearless. I love the way he's playing.
He's played well all year, but now they're winning again.
Oh yeah, down here it's crazy, Mark. They're all excited down here.
Well, Washington has been good lately, right? Because they had a shitty owner.
Yeah, but he made money though. He made bank.
Am I watching her jersey retired? I don't know. I guess I could do a live stream that day.
Yeah,
jersey retirements don't excite me, but Caitlin Clark does. So
I don't know. You'll be doing that alone. It definitely doesn't excite me.
What day of the week is 2/2? Is it? Anyone know? I don't know. Looking at a calendar. I got a calendar on this phone. Where's my calendar on this? Oh, here it is. All right.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
It is?
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
I'm looking at the wrong year then, because I have it as a Sunday. Yeah, one of us is looking at the wrong year, Rob.
You're looking at the wrong year.
It says 2025, right?
Yeah, it's Thursday.
I don't know. Are you sure, Rob?
I'm looking at January 2025.
I'm just scrolling from December.
Today's the 30th. Tomorrow's the 31st. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There you go. Oh yeah, she's gonna have to. Vadim, you're right. Even when she retires her uniform, she's got to retire all the uniforms.
Rob, 2/2 is a Sunday. I don't know what you're getting from. Where are you getting that from?
Oh, February. Yeah, I'm looking at 1/2.
Okay.
2/2.
I didn't want to argue.
You have Vadim. They're gonna. Yeah, it's 2/2. Sorry, I was looking at January 2nd. I don't know why.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Sunday.
Is that like the week that there's no football between the Super Bowl? I think all there is the AFC NFC Pro Bowl game that week. I think that's what it is. You either retire all jerseys or none.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to retire everyone's jersey if you're going to retire hers.
Even if they're not, yeah.
Well, what happens years from now, like a couple centuries away, when they run out of jerseys because they retired too many people?
Well, look at Boston.
I know. How many have they retired?
Boston and Lakers. I mean, how many times are you going to?
It'll be centuries before they run out, though. They could always go to 101, 102.
Start just doing negative. Start doing like decimal point. 0.0.
Retire somebody.
0.0, 0.1.
Retire somebody and say, hey, you've been retired long enough.
Yeah. Take the other jersey. That'd be so.
It's been 500 years. We're down to 80. Okay, what would it be? We're down to, if we had 84, 85 jerseys retired, we got to take out somebody. Now we got a 15-person roster. What are we going to do?
Like John who? John Havlicek. Who cares? Put a time limit on retired jerseys.
Yeah, I found that the most revealing thing ever when Sheila Johnson said, "Oh, you can't just single out one person. Other people get jealous." And all year long, the WNBA and ESPN and some podcasters who are non-Kate and Clark fans saying they're not jealous of Kate and Clark. All year long, that's what they were saying. Like you guys are just making that up.
Right.
Yeah, we're just making it up. And she just confirmed it. Unintentionally. She didn't realize what she was doing when she said it.
That's what I mean. I love it when people contradict themselves. They don't realize when they say it, it's like, oh.
It was hilarious when I go, wait a minute. She just said they would get jealous.
Yeah.
For 4 straight months, they're not jealous.
Yeah, dude. Like you just, what do you... It's great. You're right, Joseph. It's like, what?
Let me get another cup of tea. I made some
herbal tea. Come on. It's like, come on now. Mark, he'll be right back. AK Nation's going to call in, Mark.
AK Nation's here?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he's going to call in.
He just signed in?
Yeah.
We can call him in. We can call him. I got his number. It's just provided that's the number he called from.
Yeah, should have went off the deep end there. He's got your number, right?
Well, if he saved it. I gave, I texted him from my cell and he didn't answer. I was asking him about, I don't know if he even knew it was me, if he just ignored the text. I said it was me.
No, we're not frozen, Joseph. I'm still moving.
I should have texted him.
Only Mark's frozen.
Okay, AK Nation's here.
Yeah, Mark just stepped away, Joseph.
Hello? AK Nation! All right, I'm just getting some tea. Yeah. What's going on? Nothing. What's that? I joined vidIQ. Let me put you on speaker. I joined vidIQ and experimented with their title suggestions and their thumbnails. Their thumbnails are kind of funky. I'm not so into thumbnails.
Yeah, I don't do the thumbnails. I make my own thumbnails.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna watch a video. There's a couple videos on how to do better thumbnails than what I do, but their title suggestions are good.
I called in, man. I got a phone to pick with Rob, man. I didn't like the way he talked about me in that last video, man.
I'm right here. I'm right, AK Nation. I'm right here. What's up, man?
This is showdown. This is showdown. So we got a showdown.
We're changing the name now. AK Nation.
Brothers.
AK
all right.
Nation. What's
up,
man?
Action going on our show. So let's start with the first discussion that we didn't have, where your theory.
Change your title first, man. You gotta put.
Well, first I had to know you were going to call in. You didn't say you could call in for sure because you have kids, so I can change the title.
And put live with Occupation, talking WNBA and Caitlin Clark, man.
All right, I can copy and paste it. All right, I'll get the discussion going and I'll change the title. So the theory that you have is not every guard, but guards who have kind of like some special talent that have a little bit of flair and maybe are a little bit have more skills in terms of passing and carrying a team and things of that nature. They're better off not going to South Carolina or UConn, where they can develop their talents like that, as opposed to going that. That's kind of your theory, right?
That's 100%.
Certain types of guards, not all types of guards that excel, but ones that have special talents that, like someone like Hannah Hidalgo, I think she would be good.
Let him talk, man.
Right, he said 100%. All right, well, Rob, now that's his theory. So
no, I want to hear him. I don't want to hear you.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is that, like, if you take the guards in South Carolina, they're all 5 stars. They all were dominant in high school. Because if you watch, I'm not going to say like I've been watching high school basketball since like a long time ago, but since they started all these mixtapes where, you know what I'm saying, these high school athletes got all these mixtape videos. Like, for instance, I watched Aaliyah Chavez the other day, her a whole game of her playing in high school. So it's like, I watch these games sometimes. You see these girls like Raven Johnson and other guards in high school, Molaysia Fulwali, and some of the guards that go to UConn, and they are like, they're all getting the competition. I'm talking about they're playing with these girls like, they're like a woman amongst girls, or like you should say, a man amongst boys. And then they go to UConn or South Carolina, and they're averaging like 5 points a game. And sometimes they're not playing, and they're just like nobody. And if they went, and we can guarantee this because we got Tanaya Latson, we got the girl from Rutgers. I know you know that girl from Rutgers.
I know. Yeah, I know her. Yeah, I know her.
She's doing crazy work this year. And you know, Caitlin Clark and other guards that were just phenomenal high school guards, they go to places where there's not a bunch of 5 stars on the bench, a bunch of 5 stars coming in the next year, and then another 5 stars coming in the next year after that. They go to places where they can be the focus of the offense, where they can be the big fish in a small pond, and they dominate, and they have better careers, and they make better names for themselves.
Well, that's where we disagree, man. Because I mean, you're right. You have these guards that come in, and they're phenomenal guards. And if they go to what you and Mark both say is like they go to these other schools, like in South Carolina and UConn, and it's like the graveyard where they won't prosper. But that's not true because South Carolina's got some young guards. They won the championship with 2 freshman guards last year. You know, but I mean, sometimes it depends on where you go. Sometimes you got to fit in. Yeah, I mean, individual. If I coach and you watch basketball, but I mean, am I looking for when I'm going? If I'm looking to go to a school, am I going to go to a school where I'm going to sit there and I can score 40 points a game? But I'm not going to win a championship.
It's not all about scoring 40 points. It's developing certain skills.
Yeah, let me finish. Okay. So if I'm going to go, I'm averaging 40 points a game in high school. When you get to college, you're not going to average 40 points a game because you're going to have people the same level as you. And then it depends on the coach. How do you know if you go to the one girl from Texas is doing really well? How do you know if she goes to Texas that the coach won't bring her in? You know. It depends, you know. It's a team thing. It's got to be a team. It's not all about the guard coming in and you want to be more fancy and the fancy passes. I mean, Caitlin Clark went to Iowa, which is perfect fit. That was perfect fit for her, you know. So that's just worked out.
That's an example, Rob.
Let me
just ask you one question: Would Caitlin Clark turn out to be as good a player as she is now if she had gone to UConn?
Yeah, why not? Yes, I say yes. Why not?
No, I don't think so. She'd be a better defender. She'd be a better defender. She wouldn't be the same offensive player that she is. She wouldn't have turned into the passer that she is if she had gone to UConn. She wouldn't be able to be creative with the passing and aggressive with the passing and high risk passing. Gino wouldn't have allowed that. He wouldn't have let her take as many shots as she did and develop her 3-point shot. He would have been, but she would have been a better defender because Gino would have done. I think Lisa Bluter
Here's one thing about that. Okay, say she's a better defender. What does that get you?
Well, nothing.
That doesn't get you anything. If you're, let's just say Caitlin Clark.
Oh, and I don't agree with you there, AK. And Rob's not going to agree with you.
Listen. Say she goes to UConn. She averages 11 points a game, right? She's a spot up shooter. They just use her for threes and whatnot, right? So she's a spot up shooter. She has 11, 12 points a game for her career, right? And she's this fundamentally sound defender, right?
And she would have averaged more than 11, 12 points with UConn.
No one knows her name. First of all, no one knows her name. Let's just say they won a championship. Let's just say she was the missing piece these last couple of years of UConn. And UConn wins 2 or 3 championships, and she averages 12 points a game for her career, and she comes out a better defender. Yo, that doesn't help women's basketball. That doesn't help her.
So
The women's basketball needs stars. Caitlin Clark needed to be a superstar to be what she was.
I mean, like I said,
I agree with your basic theory. I do think, though, that I don't think her being a better defender is irrelevant to the conversation. And Rob's not going to agree with you at all because he's a defensive specialist when he played.
Well, when it comes about championships, that really doesn't matter either, because here's the thing. Here's the thing about championships. Everybody who went to UConn, like during that, like from 95 to like 2020, everybody who went to UConn won a championship.
No, he was on the bench.
2006.
Yeah, he was on the bench. Yeah, you bench player, you won championship. Yeah, you could said the
They
claim.
haven't won a championship in 8 years. Actually, they haven't won since 2016.
No, but I said everybody who went there from like 2020 to 1995 to 2020.
Yeah, but it's 95 to 2016. Is what I'm saying.
They won that team. They won those teams. They won those. They were freshmen when they won the last. They would have been freshmen when they won the last championship.
But do you guys both think so? If she had gone to Connecticut, and with the way everybody knew about her, so she wasn't unknown. So do you think if she went to Connecticut, and the way she plays and the way she moves the ball up, do you think Gino would still pull in the range and not go like, whoa? You think he'd pull at Chrissy's sides? You think he'd pull at Chrissy's sides and rein her in?
She averaged 29 a game at 27, 28, 29 a game at Iowa.
She had to. Well, she had to because there's nobody else scoring.
1 second. Someone's made a comment here. JJ Lee. Donna Taurasi already said that Ariema would never let her shoot logo threes. So I'm just telling you what account someone commented.
And that's the thing that made her famous. So Rob, what do you think she would average at UConn? Just give us.
I mean, being that he's old school coach and team playing, like you guys are right. I mean, she probably would average maybe 12 to 14 points a game, if even that. Depending on how many.
More than that. It depends on whether Paige was also there at the same time. She might have averaged 20 points, but that wasn't.
Paige would have been there. Of course, Paige would have been there. Why would Paige be there?
No, I'm just saying. Let's pretend Paige didn't exist. We're just talking about the concept itself.
Listen, Mark. Throughout the years, they've always had a bunch of 5-star. Listen, they have. I've looked at the top video. There's a video on YouTube of the top players in the nation for the last 20 years, right? So they tell you what happened to them.
Right.
Where they went to high school and where they ended up in their career. Many of those girls went to UConn, and I swear to God to you, I have never heard of any of them. Like, it's girls that were like the number one player in high school since. But
we're talking about what we're talking about with our video. We're talking about where if you had a star guard and you're saying that if they go to a school, it limit their fancy moves or their take out their fanciness, their flair. That's what Mark and I would kind of disagree with. It would take away their flair.
I think he would take away their flair too. I think Gina would do that because sometimes the flair makes a high percentage play that it results in more turnover. Sometimes the flair. Now, sometimes it's a higher reward, and it's not just about aesthetics. So that's what I like about Caitlin Clark, because she has high rewards on her passers where they're like, suddenly the person's underneath the basket. And if women could make layups in the WNBA, that's an easy 2 points. So those kind of high risk passes are worth it because you don't have to get another pass or they're ready to eat the basket. They don't have to take a mid-range 2 or anything like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you want a player. So, yeah. So, I mean, if that was my daughter, so if the girl from Texas is my daughter, and she's got a choice between Texas, South Carolina, Texas Tech, and UConn, would you send her to Texas or Texas Tech, or you wouldn't send her to South Carolina or Connecticut?
Aaliyah Chavez needs to go to Texas Tech.
I think she's going to Texas.
I don't know that much about. Let me ask you.
I think she's going to Texas because Texas got a nice ball player. They got Brawler.
What was that?
I think she's going to Texas because they got a better.
Would the Texas coach allow her some freedom? Because if so, I would go to Texas. If she would allow him the freedom.
Here's the thing. Texas is loaded. Like, they got, like, she might not start her freshman year. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that. I mean,
number one
I don't know
recruit.
about that. I
don't know
mean,
about
Texas
that.
is loaded. They got Brower. Texas has Brower,
You
and Texas has a nice squad.
Recruits that have gone to UConn and sat the bench all 4 years.
Number one. She's going to be number one recruit. She's the number one ranked woman in the thing.
There are number one recruits. Look it up. There are number one recruits that went to UConn and sat the bench all 4 years. They were just role players.
Number one, not like number one to them.
Number one recruits that were they're number one recruits that didn't even pan out, that didn't even get off the bench.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Just because
you understand, Rob, they get 5 of the top 20 recruits every single season. So
right, they do.
On the line.
Well, they did. I don't think they do anymore because South Carolina gets some of the ones that they thought they used to get.
No, they still get them. That's the thing. They still.
I have ESPN's list. I'll look it up, but it's not.
Yeah, look it up. He still gets them, but he other schools get more or get some too. A lot of like South Carolina started getting some.
Yeah, they got South Carolina's got those 2 young. That's why South Carolina won. South Carolina won because of those 2 freshman guards. They came in and then they came in and they won the game. They won the championship for them. They were unconscious. And I love the interview afterwards. They were like,
their names. Rob, what's those guards' names? Can you name them? Can you pick them out of a lineup?
There's 2 guards. I mean, that doesn't matter. Why do they have to be a star? It's a basketball. Why do you have to be a star? I don't get that.
She wants to make a bunch of money and be a star in the WNBA. It matters that people know who she is when she graduates.
She's gonna play. They're gonna play ball. The one that's coming out, the South Carolina is gonna make ball. Pow is gonna make. She's gonna make bank. But there's nobody makes money in the WNBA. You know that. Nobody makes money. So, that's a mute point. Nobody makes money in the WNBA. So that's a mute point. She's not gonna make.
Pow would be great, but if let's just say Pow went to a smaller school let's say Pow went to Kentucky. Or Pow went to Vanderbilt.
Kentucky's a good school.
Pow would be averaging 25 points a game.
You can't predict that. How do you don't know? You can't predict that. You don't like I was telling Mark, you don't know the coaches. Both of you guys say, well, with the way both Gino and then
I admit I don't know Texas coaches.
Yeah, you don't know
theory behind the thing, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I just don't know.
You don't know how the coach coaches. You think he's going to let them fly?
I'm talking about the talent on the roster. When Caitlin Clark went to Iowa, she started from day one because she was the only 5. They were so happy to have a 5-star that they catered the entire offense around her, and they made her the focal point because she was their only 5-star. You look at UConn. There's a 5-star. Let's say you're a freshman and you're a guard. You go to UConn. There's a senior 5-star there. There's a junior 5-star there, and there's a sophomore 5-star there.
That's what I mean. If I'm
take your spot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. If you're the father, if I'm the father of this coach, this player in Texas, you gotta go around. If I'm not, right now, I would not send her to Connecticut. They have too many players. You're right. But we're talking about as far as you were talking about how guards don't come out of certain schools, like with South Carolina and Connecticut. Guards don't come out and make it big in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is a unique thing. We can't even discuss that.
Let's look at Hannah Hidalgo. Let's look at Hannah Hidalgo. Do you think she'd be the same player if she went to UConn, Rob? I don't think so. I don't think
she wouldn't go there. Well, that's what I'm saying. She wouldn't go there because of the way she plays.
Well, some of the players play like that and end up going to UConn is what AK Nation's point is, and they ended up not doing much.
Well, maybe they're not that good. Like I said, you may be a superstar. I played basketball. I've coached. I've had guys I thought would be pro basketball players, but once they got to college, you got people who are about the same talent as you. So how do you think you're going to come in there and break in and score 40, 30 points like you did in high school? No matter what college you go to, that's not going to happen because they're not. The players are just as good as you, unless you're like But Caitlin Clark's a one in a million thing.
You, Rob, you love this. You were an old Lakers fan from the 80s, right?
No, I'm a Knicks fan. Lakers, Knicks.
You remember the Lakers. You remember the Lakers from the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Remember, they had a great team, and they needed a little bit of extra scoring, and they went and got Bob McAdoo. Bob McAdoo was a 30-point scorer in the league.
I saw him play. AK Nation. I saw him play for Buffalo. I went to that game. I went to the game when he's with the Buffalo Braves and he dropped 50 on Washington. I was at that game.
Wow. But you remember he came to the Lakers, and what did he do? He averaged like 10 points off the bench because the Lakers didn't need him to average 30 points. They only needed him to help push them over the edge.
And that makes championships, right? So if you got an individual coming in scoring 40 points or 30 points a game, you're not getting no championship.
Stars in the college. They don't need to be role players in college. Some of these girls need to be stars so that the WNBA can have more stars.
Yeah, but the WNBA, like we had discussed, WNBA can't. They don't even recognize Caitlin Clark. That's their problem. They got Caitlin Clark and they didn't even promote her. So even if like you got Hidalgo, you got Strong coming on, you got all these players, Browers coming up. They're all sophomores. I want to see what the WNBA is going to do when they come in 2 years from now. Are they going to promote them? Because they didn't promote Caitlin Clark, the best player on the planet. They did no promotion for her.
But hold on, Rob. You know they'll promote them because they're not Caitlin Clark.
Oh yeah,
They won't promote Hannah that much. She said she's she has this thing about gay and sin and all that and gay marriage and all that stuff. So they're not going to promote her. But they'll promote
KK Arnold.
Juju.
There's a girl named KK Arnold right now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
She's at UConn. Her mother is pissed at Gino right now that she's not playing.
Yeah,
Well,
I saw that in the headlines.
Yeah, that's like the old times when the guys used to come to these schools and the coach says, "Oh, I promise you how many." I mean, that's the first thing out of your mouth of your. With me, I was just lucky to play, Division III ball. But when you're a star coming out of high school, that's the first thing you ask for. Is like, how many minutes am I going to get, coach? But that's why I like this transfer portal. I like that. Like if you're not satisfied with the school, transfer out.
So okay, wait. There's a comment here to discuss. Someone said that Gino does not win championships anymore. Joseph said this because he's unwilling to change with the times. That could be part of it. Part of it is that South Carolina gets some of the recruits he used to get. But he hasn't won yet. He hasn't won since 2016. Right. So
JJ Lee, you're right. I mean, if you're not happy, I have a friend of mine who's both of his sons played. One plays in college basketball, and his other son plays football. They went to the portal because the one guy, the Fresno football coach, told his son, "You're not good enough." I'm like, what? So now he transferred. He's going to be playing at Stanford, which is great. And the other one, he was playing for Idaho, and now he's playing at Sac State.
Sometimes they're not good enough, and sometimes it's just a bad fit with the coach.
Yeah, like sometimes, listen. You go to a school and you're a freshman and you don't play. The coach says you're gonna get some minutes at the start of the seniors that they graduate. Then sophomore year comes in. They bring in another 5-star. That 5-star's better than you. Now, your sophomore year, you didn't play. Now, it's your junior year. Coach is like, all right, junior year, we're going to move you to 2 guard because you're going to move you to another position because the player at your position is a bona fide star. They move you to another position. That doesn't work. Now, that's your junior year. Now, to your senior year, you're a 5-star. You went to a big school, and you haven't missed a drop. So that's your senior year. Then you get hurt. And now you got to get the red shirt. Then you come back for your 5th year. And then you got all these young players coming in. Then you want into the bench.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You got to go to. You have to go to a school where you think. I mean, I agree with you. You want to be a star, and then hopefully try to make money. But you're not going to make any money in WNBA. But I mean, you want to go to a school where you can like play more. I mean, that's how many minutes. Like you said, if I'm coming in, I'm only playing 2 minutes as a freshman. I don't want to go to school. I'm going to transfer out.
That's the problem with
to
UConn and
school.
South Carolina, Rob, is that you don't play enough. The fewer minutes you play, the less you develop your game. So that's something to think about. And if your ultimate goal is to get to the WNBA and not win an NCAA championship, you need to play more minutes. And you don't play 30 minutes with UConn and especially South Carolina. They're playing 10 deep right now.
Well, Caruso went to Syracuse. She was at Syracuse, and then she said, "Well, So she transferred to South Carolina, and now she ended up playing for Chicago Sky. She was with Syracuse for a while.
Right.
I disagree with you though about the whole thing about not being able to make any money, because Juju makes a shit ton of money, Angel made a shit ton of money, Flash makes a shit ton of money. You can make, if you get a profile, if you get a piece of stardom, you can make some money in college basketball.
Now you can. Well, now you can. Yeah, now you can. When I was back in the day, or even that, you couldn't even. There was the NCAA was so tight, and this is Division III. You couldn't even buy me a hamburger. That's an NCAA violation. That was a violation.
No, right. I remember that. Yeah, you couldn't. I couldn't give you a T-shirt if I gave. No. If you said, Coach, I don't have any clothes to wear, and I gave you a fucking T-shirt, we'd have to forfeit all our games. Yeah,
like they did it all the time.
Language.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah. But yeah, man. What I'm saying is, you can get some stardom. I bet I would love to. Let me look up what Hannah Hidalgo makes in NIL.
Let's go to one of our commenters, Basil, who always likes to disagree. He says that the NIL is terrible. Today. So Basil, why is the NIL terrible for college basketball when the coaches, they get $11 million and then the schools get $11 million for when they qualify and go to the playoffs and go in the championship?
Well, he's saying the transfer portal is terrible, is what he just said in his comment.
No, he said NIL. He also said NIL is terrible.
No, I didn't transfer is terrible. Comment. I see that he said the transfer portal is terrible.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Guess how much Hannah Hidalgo makes in NIL. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to guess.
A year?
Let me see.
She's making it right now this year. Yeah.
$3 million.
I say 2.2.
3.2 million.
I was only 0.2 up, and I didn't even look it up. I never even thought about it.
But here's the thing: you're saying that like you saying that like, okay, let's say she goes to UConn and she's just a role player, right? Let's say Hannah Hidalgo goes to UConn, she's averaging 2 points a game. She's just another cog in the UConn wheel. Nobody really knows who she is. How much NIL do you think she makes a year?
Oh, not much.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. That's what I mean. It's like,
so now, Rob, see, that's because NIL is a factor. I think it's more important not to go to a school like if you're a flashy enough player, like you have charisma, not necessarily flashy passing, but if you have charisma like Flajay Johnson and Hannah Hidalgo, you're better off going where you can get some spotlight on you so you can make NIL money, because that's easy money, NIL money.
Oh yeah, but Basil doesn't. Basil.
You understand, Rob? You understand that that's more than the entire WNBA.
I know, that's great. I think it's great. I think it's great. I think it's about time. I know, it's crazy. I love both. I love the transfer portal and I love the NIL.
What's Juju making right now? She must be making more than $3 million, right? In pay.
You would think she makes more than that. You never know, but you would think. I would be surprised. Let me see. You would think she makes more than that. So AK Nation. So we got this one commenter. He doesn't like either one. Basil. He says, it's a free education. What are you worried about? A sandwich, whatever. He said a free education. He trolls. They trolling, right? That person's trolling, talking about it's a free education.
Yeah, he does it every once in a while. But I mean, he doesn't get it. Does he realize with the Final Four, the Final Four teams? Do you know how much the colleges make if you make the Final Four? None of that money used to go to the players. It goes to the coaches. It goes to the school. None of it went to the players. They were like prostitutes. They were like slaves. We got the massive. We made it to the final. We made it to the playoffs, but we don't get no money from the massa. Talk about free education.
Farm commercials, Juju, and she has a Nike shoe deal. So I don't know. They never released the numbers for a Nike shoe deal, but let's just say she got what Caitlyn got, which is probably the bare minimum, $28 million.
Redeem your sign.
She makes more than the entire WNBA.
Yeah. Redeem, you're funny. I'm not woke either, but I'm old and stupid.
Let's just say Juju went to South Carolina because she's good friends with Dawn Staley, right? And
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's say Juju went to South Carolina, right? And she was, averaging 15 points a game, and she was just part of their team. You know how their team is. Nobody stands out. Like, everybody's just the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Juju would not have no Nike deal, man. She wouldn't have no Nike deal. She wouldn't have no shoe coming out. She wouldn't have no $28 million shoe deal. She wouldn't have State Farm commercials. She wouldn't have
right?
NIL. She wouldn't have all that if she went to South Carolina.
So my question to you, AK Nation, is, so now, like Mark and I did a video where they're trying to push these players. They're trying to push Juju Watkins and try to just push out Caitlin Clark. Like I said, she's doing all these commercials. And they already said that Juju Watkins is compared to Michael Jordan and all this stuff. What do you feel about that? How they're just kind of push Caitlin Clark out of the way and then promote these other players? Do you think that's right?
Well, they're promoting three players: Asia Wilson, Juju Watkins, and Paige Beckers. That's who they're promoting to try to say, oh, it's not all about Caitlin. And of course, Angel Reese. Those are the four players. They promote those players all the time and talk those players and overrate those players all the time. And it's really a joke because it doesn't fool anybody. Everybody, all the Caitlin Clark fans know what her ability and popularity level is. So, you know what I mean?
I think it's basically shows you what will happen when women run something, right? And not just women, but like women, they care about things like how other people feel and fairness and all this stuff, right?
Exactly.
So what they're really doing is by promoting players, by spending one penny or $1 on a player that no one cares about, that isn't going to give you any return, that's a waste. They should spend all of their money promoting Caitlin Clark and raise the league up to a level. But they're trying to spend let's just say 33% of their energy on Caitlin Clark, 33% of their energy on Asia Wilson, and 33% of their energy on Angel Reese, and then the rest on the rest of the players. And what the problem with that is that if you're a business or you're doing anything, if you got the iron is hot, you gotta strike that motherfucker. You don't say, "Oh, the iron is hot. I'm gonna strike this iron, then I'm gonna strike that iron, then I'm gonna come strike the hot iron."
Right, exactly. That's what
strike the hot iron. No, that's hot iron away.
Right. That's what we're saying. How can you not? The best thing is that they said we didn't see this coming. That was their thing. Oh, we didn't see this coming. How can you not see this coming?
Halfway through the season, the commissioner and the chief marketing officer, I think his name is Cook, said, "Oh, we didn't know Caitlin Clark was going to be this popular. We didn't know people were going to watch her or buy her jerseys or come see her." Even though everything indicated she was going to be that popular, because all you had to do was look at the ratings in the NCAA tournament and her jersey sales and all the tickets that she sold when she was on the road at Iowa her senior and junior year. It was all obvious. I would have been shocked if she wasn't this popular. I mean, Dawn Staley got up after the championship game and said Caitlin is going to lift the WNBA up. If Dawn Staley said that after the championship game, how could you not know that? I mean, think about it, man. Just think about it. Like, to say they not know, whoever said that they didn't know, that's
right.
Well, they were just using it as an excuse for why they didn't promote her. The real reason they didn't promote her is because the other players were going to be jealous, and so they were just pretending that they couldn't see it. And we didn't believe them.
Yeah.
If he really didn't see it, then the chief marketing officer should be fired. I think he was intimidated by the rest of the league and thought he would get fired if he promoted Caitlin Clark as much as he wanted to, if he really thought that was the way to go.
That's crazy, and everybody hit the like button, man. If you're here right now, we got 43 people in the building. Everybody just take a second to hit the like button, man. But check this out. If this is the way they're operating, operating, right? They're operating on emotion, not trying to hurt feelings, trying to make other girls feel better, and all this stuff. Here's the thing I've noticed, though. If you've noticed one thing in the offseason, a lot of those female coaches have been getting fired, and they've been replaced with male coaches.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to happen in the WNBA office. You need to get more men in the brain trust and the brass at the WNBA. More men.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's why we also did a video about that. You know, who would be better, male? Because I coach women's basketball, and you know, like I said, the concept, the way the thinking is different when you're coaching women's basketball. And I like coaching women's basketball really, AK, because it's more of a ground game. It's more you really have to think, because the girls are not flying. You can't set up some backdoor high fly slam dunk for them. You're gonna do like plays where they can be open for a shot or a layup. So the concept behind coaching women's basketball is much harder than men's basketball.
No, facts, 100%. Because you gotta the athleticism to just blow by somebody. Very few of the girls have that. Hannah Hidalgo has that.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
But yeah, to just blow past somebody and elevate over somebody, they don't have that ability, man. So you gotta the game is more of a I'm sure it's more fundamentally sound. And then,
it totally is. It really is.
I can't wait to see how they rank Paige or Juju if neither one of them wins an NCAA championship in their career. How they rate them? They get to move the goalposts and change the rating system for them. Because there was like almost nobody other than Caitlin Clark fans saying that, yeah, it's reasonable to say she might be the best basketball player in college basketball history. But not Caitlin Clark fans, none of them were saying that. Even people like what's that guy? Chris Broussard, is that his name?
Yeah.
This was his comment. Yeah, she's the best basketball I've ever seen. Women basketball player I've ever seen, but she's not the best basketball player ever because she didn't win a championship. She's the best basketball player I've ever seen. Why is she not the GOAT?
AK Nation, do you just like don't even watch ESPN anymore with those announcers?
Well, he's not on ESPN. Not ESPN anymore.
Well, he has his own show, but do you like
that stuff anymore? Like those, it's gotten to the point where everybody's trying to make hot takes. Everybody's talking about race and shit. Like they bring race into conversations where
always
like it's just annoying. Like right now we've talked for almost whatever. We haven't mentioned anybody's race.
Right, exactly. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be in life.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get tired of talking about it. It's like, I mean, when I talk, it's like when I talk about my friends, if I talk about Mark, I'm doing anything with Mark. If I talk about I'm doing something with you to somebody, I don't sit there and go, why? I have this black guy called up and my other guy do his thing as this white. I just go, I'm talking with these two guys. We're talking about sports. What does it have to do? What does race have to do with anything? It's so annoying here in this country. It annoys the hell out of me. Believe me, I've lived overseas, and it was much better over there. It's.
Don't get me wrong. Race does come up sometimes, but they bring it into every single. That's the thing.
Oh my God! Yeah.
When they do bring it up, when it's relevant, it feels like it just makes you groan, because it's like, well, you were just talking about race and like Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen, right? The MVP debate. Ryan Clark's talking about race and trying to make it a racism thing and shit. It's like,
who did that? Someone brought race into that?
Ryan Clark. Yeah, he's
Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark. Yeah,
why is it a racial thing? Lamar Jackson.
Because Lamar Jackson's black and he's a running quarterback. The black quarterback.
Oh my God, that's
he's already won it twice. Michael Vick was the #1 pick in 2001. He got a $100 million contract in 2001.
Right.
This whole black quarterback shit has been over a long time ago, man.
It started when Doug Williams won that Super Bowl. I think the talk of the black quarterback went out. When he won the Super Bowl, he was hurt. Doug Williams won the Super Bowl.
Another black quarterback didn't win for a long time, Rob.
But at least he started that. But I mean,
if they
Yeah.
If he would have fulfilled his potential and won a couple Super Bowls like he should have, then maybe it would have went out. But he never won the big game, and then what's like you said, Michael Vick, and then.
But no one won it. No black quarterback won it between Doug Williams and Russell Wilson. That was a long time.
Yeah.
Years, man.
Yeah. Now. And then right now, the quarterback that's winning all is biracial, so no one gets credit for him as far as
Right.
Yeah, and he's not black. Like I don't count him as black.
He's biracial.
And not to diss him. His
No, it's
black as I am.
His mother's white as me.
No, he's not. No, I have a half brother. You know, his name has to be Danny Glover, not the actor. But yeah,
all I'm saying is that, like, if you're a black person and you've been waiting 40 years for a black quarterback to come along, so you can say, yeah, look, we finally got one. He gotta be black like me, man, and Rob.
Like that song goes. You know the song, AK.
Jordan Love and Patrick Mahomes are both biracial. They have a completely white mother.
Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, a lot of those quarterbacks that call them black are biracial, and it's disrespectful. To me, it's so disrespectful to just ignore the white mom, because
that's what I said.
A lot of times,
right? That's what Mark said.
Man, I want to ignore her contribution, man.
Well, if you ask,
I don't really care. Because I don't care.
AK Nation.
But you can't just say the person's black when they got a white mother. It's
AK Nation. Yeah, my stepmother, AK Nation. My brother, he's my half brother. My stepmother was white. Because my dad, and I always ask him, what part of you is black? And of course, he points down to the bottom part.
Yeah, listen. When you am I saying that I would treat a biracial person any different? No. Am I saying that like I would like have hate in my eyes if a biracial person called themselves black? No. It doesn't matter to me. It only is my opinion about like, yo, you have both worlds. You have the white
it's
brain,
great.
you have the black brain.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have the best of both worlds. The way black quarterbacks can sense pressure, just run around and just evade pressure. It's like black quarterbacks got eyes in the back of their head, but white quarterbacks got eyes in the front of their head.
Right? They get the. Well, it's funny you say that because so my brother, he's a winemaker out in. It's funny. His last name is Danny Glover, not the actor, but people ask me, "Is my brother Danny Glover?" I go, "Yeah." But I mean, he makes the whole thing about that being multiracial is that you can use that. So he uses the black part with this determination, and he really works hard with the wine. But then when he comes out with the thinking about how, because wine's not that easy to make, but he uses that aspect of it. But then he gets in with the being a black. He goes, "Oh, I'm black," and they go, "Oh, he's black." So we can build him up. So he uses both of them, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta. There's nothing wrong. But just to move on, Lamar Jackson. If you want to talk about the quarterback who has to win a Super Bowl for black people, if black people want to make it about race and talk about a black quarterback won a Super Bowl, Lamar Jackson has to win the Super Bowl. Because Deshaun Watson is a scrub, but if you want to talk about
my Browns, please don't bring up my Browns. Please don't bring up my Browns. You're gonna make me cry.
Someone made a comment that said that they made this point and didn't like my conclusion. I didn't like their conclusion. What was that? Hang on.
But I mean, with Lamar, he can't win no championship. He's got to win one. He's got to win one. He can't just run around and stuff.
Regardless of what race he is, you can't get all these MVPs and get all these passes yards and running and then just never win anything. You gotta win a Super Bowl. He hasn't even got to the. I don't think he's got to an AFC Championship game yet. He's like 2-4. I think.
Last year they lost the AFC Championship game.
Oh, he lost. Okay, but he's like, I think he's 2-4 in the playoffs or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a.
Don't put words in my mouth.
and he
Nice
hasn't
try,
played.
Pedro.
You know, he's been had. They're not always great, but he's had a good defense since he's been there for the most part. So that's
Bezos-
not
They
the
had a
excuse.
We're talking about
defense.
this.
Listen,
Right.
If Dan Marino had those defenses,
Right.
he would have won a couple Super Bowls. Listen,
Right.
listen, that defense in Baltimore is a Super Bowl defense, man. You don't
Right.
have to be
Not now. Not now. They're
Super Bowl defense.
Now that was the problem
now.
with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, except for
Yeah.
the year that they won the title. They
that retro.
below average
Retro.
defenses for like 15 straight years. It's like it was pretty pathetic. And even when Brett Favre was there, it's like, oh, they had great
Bezos, what do you mean I said it?
Yep.
Bezos, what do you mean I said it? I didn't say it.
Was that?
Bezos just causing trouble.
Oh, I don't listen to it.
I mean, it's kind of, he said it's kind of cool. You mean it's kind of,
My kid's about to come home, but as far as Caitlin, man, as far as you talking about Caitlin Clark and whatnot, man, coming up this next year, what do you guys think? Do you think she's gonna take another step as far as like MVP, or you think she's just gonna basically? Do you think she's gonna win the MVP next year?
Most likely. I think it's greater than 50% that she'll win the MVP this year. If she doesn't win it this year, she'll win it next year. And but I think that the coach that they have is going to make sure this team wins. I don't not necessarily win the championship, but this team's going to win. And that's going to help her MVP push. And I think she's going to develop Caitlin Clark to the point where she's going to take another level and a half above what she is right now. And go ahead. What's that?
I'm sorry. I think, yeah, AK, because she's going to go up because of the coach and sides just held her back, like we were just talking about. She's going to go off, and the whole team. And if they don't let them get a fairly decent free agent too, they're going to be Indiana Fever are going to be a scary team. And Caitlin Clark's going to do, like I said, she could be MVP. Asia Wilson, she's
going to cry no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to whine. She's going to blow everybody away.
If she doesn't win the MVP, she'll cry again. She doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, she'll cry again. She'll just cry and cry and cry. And I don't even care because she didn't get screwed over as far as I can tell. You know, she got the MVP. Caitlin Clark got screwed over by not getting the
ratings be the same? What about the ratings and attendance? Do you think those will go up?
Well, their attendance can't go up because she sold out almost every game that she was in, either home or away. But I say the TV ratings will go up. And when they'll really go up is when she makes her first WNBA finals. The ratings will go through the roof, her first finals game and every game after that in the WNBA finals that year.
What I want AK Nation, since I'm down here in the Washington area with that owner, I want when the Fever come to play, I want Kit Clark to sit out the game and see how many people are at the arena in Washington. That's what I want her to do.
And when she wins the championship, I want all 156 players to get their picture taken with her, just as if they won the championship too. That's what I want.
They should.
Yeah, man. Great talking to you guys, man.
Thanks for calling in.
Man.
What was that?
I said, salute to you guys, man. I got to get up out of here, man. Great talking to you guys.
All right.
Take care. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome to call in any Monday, 6 to 8 Eastern.
Take care, brother. Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Happy Kwanzaa, man. The WNBA did do that for Kwanzaa, man. They racist, man.
Hello, brother.
It is.
All right, man. Peace out.
Peace out.
Take care. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. So JJ Lee, what you made a comment, and I'm trying to respond to you. You said I didn't like your conclusion, but I'm not sure what rant you made. You made a comment down below. So JJ
and Bezos, you said that when I was talking about my brother, how you were saying out with some kind of racial thing. I thought, when you say it's kind of cool, it is kind of cool where you're combining both races. You're not declaring one side or the other. He's using both sides, and he's not using race. He's just using both sides. But it is kind of cool that he can do that. Otherwise, is he going to be accepted by white people or is he going to be accepted by black people? So which way do you go? Which way do you want him to go? So it is cool that he can use that in order to achieve himself, to make himself better, which he's doing.
I said, when I didn't say your brother, I said Salome. Did I say Salome? I think I said Salome brother. Is that what I said? I don't remember what I said. I said
I
Salome.
can't remember.
I was just saying. No,
Joseph, you're 80 years
old.
old. You look, Joseph, you look good for 80.
Someone's 80. Who's 80?
Joseph.
If you can still type when you're 80, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I mean, it's already, the whole thing is this world is already mixed, Chris.
Okay,
It's
my
already-
hand was
it's
that
already mixed.
the league was against Caitlin right from the start, and it came down from the top, and it was intentional. What I'm saying, what I understand, that was not a rant today. That was at a different day. What I said was to that, it seems that way, but I can't prove that the commissioner is.
Marie.
I don't know how to explain it. The commissioner's not doing enough to promote Caitlin Clark, but she's not doing it because she hates Caitlin Clark. It's doing it because she's intimidated by the rest of the league. Let's put it that way. And
Nah, Dave, I don't do poker
yeah, we've
either.
said that in several videos, though, that she's not.
Yeah.
If she had done it differently, they would have made a lot more money. Let's put it that way.
No, you're right. Yeah, JGD, you're right. Right from the get-go, they were right. They were against her. Right from the beginning, they were right. They were against her.
The whole league's been against her. It's just a question of how intentional it is from the commissioner. I can't look into her brain. That's the problem. With the players, it was intentional.
Yeah.
That's the difference of what I was saying. I was trying to qualify the two of them and separate them because I don't think their motives are exactly the same. I don't think the commissioner hates Caitlin Clark or is jealous of her like the rest of the league is.
Yeah. No,
Whatever it is.
Joseph, in school I did polka, so I'm just joking. I actually do like polka music, so I'm just messing with you guys.
My parents could do the polka together, and that was about it.
Oh, Joseph, you're Puerto Rican? Hola, ¿qué tal?
I underrate Caitlin Clark. Bobby's obsessed with him because Bobby, why do you always say it's me that underrates Caitlin Clark when Rob ranks her the same way that I do? Why is it always me that you attack?
Because you're white, Mark. You're privileged.
Yeah. You attacking the white boy?
Play that funky music.
There's a war coming between the owners and the players. Well, that always happens in sports. That's probably, I'm sure that's true.
Yeah, I hope so. We're hoping, like we said, with the new owners coming in, that they'll get it together because with these other so-called owners that don't want to recognize and bring people in and make it like a real league, change it. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, you're right, Dennis. She takes a knee to the majority of the league.
Yeah,
she
and
follows the script.
What I'm saying. I think she was against Caitlin Clark, but not because she hates Caitlin Clark, but she just was too weak a commissioner to do the right thing because she was afraid the backlash from the players, which she shouldn't be. She should be backing up. She works for the owners. So I just completely disagree with how she handled Caitlin Clark. And the owners want to make money, regardless of what people say about tax write-off. The owners want to make money.
But
and she held Caitlin Clark back, and that cost them money. And she should be fired for that.
So basically, you think the new owners are going to be worse? In what way? How do you think they're going to be worse? They can't make it any worse than it is already.
I don't know.
It's bad.
I don't know who the owners are for each of the teams. I really didn't look at it that closely, but
I think they will, Joseph. I think they have a good coach. She's a good coach for Golden State. She's a good coach.
I'm so confused by Nike.
Yeah,
I'm really. I know people are all upset about it, and it's like, but there has to be a reason other than the woke argument. There has to be something else going on. Only I can't figure out what it is.
Yeah, I know
some of it's trying to be like balance it out, and I know people are going to be jealous. I get all that, but there's something else going on. They don't even. I think they announced Rookie of the Year, and they don't do anything else to say anything about Caitlin Clark. I guess they feel she gets so much publicity now. Why do we have to promote her? I mean, and they're right that she doesn't need any promotion.
Yeah, she doesn't need that.
Maybe that's what it is. They go, we don't have to promote her. She's got so much promotion and popularity. Right, she can't get any more popular right now.
Right,
it really is. She's the most popular athlete in the country right now. So if Nike promotes her, she can't go any higher than number one. But there's something else going on besides that, and the fact that the wokeness and trying to be fair to all the athletes, something else is going on, and I can't figure it out. And I don't think anybody else knows either.
Dennis, I don't understand. I don't understand the owners. Like I said, you're against somebody who's making you money. That doesn't even make sense. But Woke Nation said it right. They're going on feelings and emotions, so they need that. They do need a male presence. Yeah, they do need a male presence
to win the national championship. That's true. In men's basketball, and I don't know exactly how many years back we have to go. Maybe Rob can remember. Guards started taking over college basketball in the NCAA tournament around at least 30 years ago.
Mm.
So, yeah, big time guard play started taking over in college basketball. I think about when they got the three-point shot started coming more common. That's about when guard basketball started happening. So there's the same thing in women's basketball. So I agree with Bobby for once.
Oh, you hear that, Bobby? I'm going to write that down. He agrees with you. Well, it's almost a new year, but he did it before this year. Let's see. December 30th, Mark agreed with Bobby.
Who else televises?
Yeah, basically they are afraid of the backlash, but I'm hoping with these new owners they'll change it. I don't know why you think it might get worse if they come in. You think they're gonna? You think they're gonna just fall in line with all the other owners?
99% chance that one of 5 teams will win: UCLA, USC, UConn, Notre Dame, and South Carolina. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Those are all 5, Chris. Yeah.
I'm not going to disagree with that because those are the teams that I think are most likely to win.
Yeah, I know Bobby. She doesn't need
what the
money.
Current ranking are. Let me just see what that.
They hang out at Bobby. They hang out at DC at my friend's restaurant.
Oh wait, the poll came out tonight. Let me look. Let me look what's happening here. So UCLA is 1. South Carolina. How can you vote for South Carolina over UCLA when UCLA is still undefeated and they crushed South Carolina? How could
that
person be allowed to vote? What was that, Rob?
I was going to respond to barbershop talk. I don't know if Nike doesn't put the shoes out that black people won't buy them. That's the whole reason why people say that that's our stereotype that we like to buy sneakers, but they're not going to worry about the color of who the person is.
Although Texas and LSU are 13-1 and 15-0, and they're ranked 5th and 6th. They have a shot. Maryland's still undefeated. They're ranked.
I'm not a UConn fan. UCLA. I think I'd like to see a UCLA South Carolina the rematch. I'd like to see that
in the finals.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as a rematch. But it all depends on where they're.
Like Dawn Staley, but she's a great coach. And
right, Joseph. Freaking Asia with her $16 retirement tickets. Why?
Wouldn't that be funny if Iowa won the championship this year? That'd be hilarious. That would make Caitlin Clark look bad, though. I don't want that to happen.
Well, Michigan just got blown out by UCLA.
Michigan did?
They played UCLA and they got blown out.
Oh, yeah. I saw UCLA blew somebody else in Michigan. Yeah, UCLA. I don't think they play a tough schedule, but they're undefeated and they crushed South Carolina. So I don't know how you can't vote them number 1 right now. And, but there's some teams that are undefeated.
Dave, I think a lot of states now, it's what's really cool. What I like is that the women's basketball is just blowing up high school and college. It'll be televised, David. It definitely will be. I mean, they do it. Most states do. Most states do televise.
Even though UConn lost twice last week, they're a threat because Sarah Strong is just going to get better. Is that her name, right? Sarah Strong, right? She's just going to get better and better.
Yeah, she's the one that's making
the most
UConn.
Talented freshman, and she's just got an all-around game and maturity beyond her years. And she's obviously going to be freshman of the year.
Yeah, you're right, Barbershop. Notre Dame might win it all. This is exciting. I mean, it's really exciting. I really like watching it. Ohio State.
Who is the NFL MVP? I would vote for Josh Allen.
I'm voting for Barkley. I want
But
Barkley.
I have no problem if you vote for Barkley or Lamar Jackson. I think it's pretty much a three-way tie. It's really hard to compare a running back with a quarterback, but Josh Allen, Buffalo wasn't expected to be any good this year. They thought it was going to be like a rebuilding year. They lost a lot of players, and he lost their star receiver. And every time I watch, he seems to drag Buffalo Bills to a win whenever I watch. So he seems to drag them. Barkley has help. They got a lot of. They have great defense in the Eagles. They got two-star receivers, a star quarterback. He's got a lot of help. I'm not saying the vote's not good for him. I don't like the fact that quarterbacks always win, but Saquon Barkley has a lot of help. Let's put it that way.
That's why I like.
Josh Allen doesn't. He doesn't have a lot of help on his team.
I think Mark said something about, well, he lives in Dayton. I have a friend, my best friend lives in Dayton, in Fairborn. And Ohio State, I watched them play. I love the way they played. Oh my gosh, they play defense. They have a nice ball player. Yeah, Ohio State, that's my sleeper team to take the whole thing, actually, in the NCAA women's. It's Ohio State.
I wouldn't take Patrick Mahomes, even though they have a great record.
Mahomes,
not consistent enough.
Mahomes, no.
He's had a lot of – they have a great defense. See, that's the thing. This is an MVP award. How much do they meet? Like, if you took Josh Allen off the Buffalo Bills, what do you think their record would be? And
same thing. Right, same thing with Barkley. If they didn't pick up Barkley at running back, the Eagles would be – I mean, they would be there like they were last year, but do you think they would be where they are now? I think the
Bills would drop more than the Eagles will, and I think the Bills would drop more than the Ravens will if Lamar Jackson was. I think the Bills would drop more than if Patrick Mahomes wasn't on the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Bills would be a below 500 team. They wouldn't be anything without Josh Allen. They just don't – he seems to just carry him the most. And I'm not just saying that I'm a Bills and a Packers fan and stuff like that, but I think I would vote for him for MVP, just in terms of what he means.
Well, like I said, take Mahomes off the Chiefs. Yeah, same difference, but I don't think he's MVP this year.
They have a great defense, Rob. They have a top 5 defense. The Bills don't. Let me look it up. The Bills. Let me tell you what the Bills' defense is, and then you get an idea on why I think Josh Allen is MVP. Let me just look it up.
Yeah, you're right, Basil. Yeah, Basil. I hope he breaks the record. But I think, like I said earlier, I think Eric Dickerson is going to pull Tanya Harding, and if he plays next week and run on the field and tackle him and break his leg. So
I always thought he was a great player. I'm glad that he
doesn't want to break his record, Basil.
Okay, so Kansas City has the number 2 defense in the league, points allowed. The Eagles have a number 3 defense in the league, points allowed. The Bills are 4th, 8th, like 11th. So Josh Allen is, in terms of winning and doing something for his team, is dealing with that. I can go yards too, to be fair. Yards per game.
Yeah, Basil.
Eagles are number 1 defense. Chiefs are number 5 in yards allowed. Bills are like around 20th. So that's why I'm voting for Josh Allen. He's not. Their defense isn't. He's got to make sure they score because their defense is pretty average. But that's what I'm voting for. You guys can vote whoever you want.
This is the first year, actually, Mark. I think actually the playoffs are really. I mean, there's so many both sides, AFC and NFC. And there's no clear cut people even in the playoffs. Certain games, whoever wins this, whoever wins that, is going to determine who's going to be in the playoffs. Yeah. So it depends on where you're situated. Like with Minnesota, you don't want Minnesota to have the home field because they're just tough at home.
If Josh Allen didn't exist, I would vote for Barkley. I don't like the fact that quarterbacks always win, but I just think he means so much to the Bills this year.
Lamar Jackson, he's won the MVP, but he can't win the big one. He just can't. And their defense is not that good this year. The thing I like about Lamar Jackson, I meant to say with AK Nation, we were talking about black quarterbacks. The thing I liked about him is that he negotiated his own contract. No freaking agent. That's what I would do. Why do you need an agent? He knows what he wanted. This is what I want. Yeah, this is what I want. pay me
Depends
this.
on how knowledgeable you are about contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, you do need a lawyer that way, but I mean, I'm just talking about. He was like, I'm not going to play unless I get this.
He could,
And
if
that's
he
it.
does enough research, he can represent himself.
Yeah, that's what he did. And that's what he did. He
But I would speak
researched
to a
his
lawyer,
mom.
and I would also do research in terms of
Why, but why am I? Why, I mean,
contracts.
why would I give you a lawyer 20% of my profit? I don't
No,
want to do
I'm
that.
saying he could. I would get advice from a lawyer because who knows something about contracts, and I
Right.
also would do research on what other quarterbacks got in their contracts. So, but I would do a lot of research in
Well,
that case.
no. Well, what he did was like, well, that's why I liked him. What he did was like, this is what I want. I mean, the other like he said, he researched the other quarterbacks. I'm sure what they were getting, what they're getting, but this is what I want. I want this. I want this. I want this, and that's it. There's no whatever this little. I get a suite, whatever. This is what pay me, or I'm not going to play for you.
Right. This one guy, Dave, is wants Lamar Hunt to be. He must be a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, he's a Chiefs fan. Look, Lamar Hunt.
Lamar Hunt. You're going to choose. You're going to vote for Lamar Hunt for MVP over Josh Allen or Saquon Barkley. You can't be serious.
No, he's just joking. He's just joking. He has to be joking. Oh, Dennis, you want them to have the home field advantage. Okay, you want the Vikings to have the home field advantage. But you know, the thing with Josh Allen, though, Mark, is he gets a little too cocky. I mean, a little too much, and that's where they lost the game. Some of the games. I was like, he brings the team up, but sometimes he gets. I'm like, what are you doing?
You can vote whoever you want. I'm voting for Josh Allen.
I didn't know you get a vote. Hey, wait a minute. How come you get a vote? I don't.
Well, what can I say, Rob?
Yeah, I know you do, Bobby. You have to hire an attorney before you sign a contract. But I'm just saying, as far as if I'm negotiating my contract, with the way he did, he got what he wanted without an agent. He doesn't have to pay any agent. I'm sure, like you said, he paid the lawyers. He definitely paid lawyers, and like I said, he didn't do it all by himself. His mom was helping him, but I'm just talking about as far as getting like the big lawyers that they have, like Scott Burris and those guys involved.
Oh, some of those guys. I mean, they don't take as high as percentage as you think. It's not like a record deal. Some of them get like 4%, stuff like that. It's 4% is, I think, the going rate for NFL and NBA. Now, some may get higher if they're a big name.
4% of 100 million, Mark, is what?
I'm just saying.
4% of 100 million is what?
This conversation was just to start to get going.
Shoot, I'll take 4% of 100 million if I'm an agent. Hey, what's up, Bob? I didn't respond to your box thing.
No one, wait a minute, Rob. I'm sorry. No one read. Who's this? No one wrote off the Chiefs before the season started.
Oh, nobody did that.
People predicted them. They were the odds-on favorite from Las Vegas odds.
Right after the Super Bowl, they were. Right after the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rob. Go. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Rob.
No, you're fine. I didn't see that either. Like, what?
People were saying they may be repeating. They were the odds-on favorite along with San Francisco from day one. You can look it up. There was like 5. They could make plus 250, plus 300 for both of them.
Hey, real quick, off the subject, real quick. Anybody watch Canadian football? I love Canadian. Anybody watch Canadian Football League?
Why do they only give them 3 downs? That must be tough.
Oh, yeah, and they don't call fair catches on the punts either.
Really?
Nope. No fair catches.
I don't know that Packers guy.
Yeah, that was smart.
Fair catch, and he was no one within 10 yards of him. I couldn't believe Jaden
I saw that.
It's like, what the heck? He doesn't usually do that. Like, we need the yards. He could have broke that. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm giving Kelsey he's got the hottest girlfriend in the country.
Yeah, Frank, they need to just get rid of all the old.
Is Rocket Ismail still playing? No, but he made a mistake. Rocket Ismail. He could have really made a name for himself and got endorsements.
Oh, Rocket Ismail, yeah, from Syracuse, SU, Syracuse.
That was the other guy. That was his brother.
Yeah, they both went to Syracuse.
No, Rocket Ismail went to Notre Dame.
Oh no, sorry, Rocket. Yeah, his brother went to Syracuse, and Rocket
Right.
went to Notre Dame, right?
I just think he made a mistake. I think he could have made a
Yeah,
big
Notre
name
Dame.
for himself in the end, and he could have got endorsements and stuff. And I think he was a tremendous talent.
Mark, yeah, that's what I mean, Mark.
What's that?
You're right, Mark.
Uh,
Our 51st state, yeah.
the
Hey, I know
owners
the whole
need
words
to
for
remove
Canada.
Kathy Engelbert. It's so obvious she can't handle what she's doing. She's terrible. I agree with that. And we were able to fire the coach. Caitlin Clark fans fired the coach. Let's be honest about that. Caitlin Clark ragged on Christy Side so bad they said, "Oh my God,
Thanks, Basil.
we've got to take care of the fans." And so, but we can't fire Kathy Engelbert, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could.
Want to
remove her physically. Can we do it? Remove her physically?
I don't know. She's clueless. It's funny. I saw her interview and she said she had a marketing background, but she didn't really have a marketing background. She more of a technical background in what she ran for the company, and she didn't come with a sports background either.
Boxing. You're not going to give that up, huh?
That's not what I said. So he can say whatever he wants.
That's not what you really said. That's not what you said, though.
These guys like to make things up. Decides for your job. Yeah. A high school team hired her. That's just where she should have been coaching.
I think she's coaching a college team, TikTok Tech, or What's the Matter You. That's what she's coaching. Adam Silver sucks too. Yeah, he sucks too.
Adam Silver is too much of a players commissioner.
Yeah, he's too much players. Yeah,
I know.
Right.
Tony Kornheiser said he always says if there was a living, breathing commissioner, like he doesn't do anything. Basically, he says, and you know what? They're suffering right now, so maybe he ought to do things.
A lot of fights lately too, Mark. There's been a lot of fights lately this past week.
Yeah, they're all jealous of Caitlin Clark, so they're fighting.
Yeah, I guess they want that. They want more attention. Vanda's asking, who are we picking to win the Super Bowl?
The NBA could threaten to stop supporting him if he doesn't resign. Super Bowl? If I was Adam Silver, I would not be happy with Engelbert, but I don't think Adam Silver's that great either. So
win the Super Bowl. Let me think.
Who is my pick to win the Super Bowl right now? The Bills.
Let's see.
It's their due. The Packers got too many teams, tough teams to beat in the NFC.
I think it's going to come on the NFC, Mark. The winner's going to come off the NFC this year. The NFC is going to win the AFC this year. I'm trying to pick between Philly and Minnesota.
Detroit has too many injuries.
Detroit has too many injuries. I would have picked them, but I'm picking Minnesota to win it for Joe Cap and I take the Alan Page. Alan Page is going to come. Joe Kemp is going to come to the game. That's what I want.
I don't know. The Eagles look like a good shot. They have a really good defense. They got the running game if they get the lead. They got two star receivers.
Yeah, when Hurt comes back.
I'm a Packers fan, but the Eagles and the Vikings and the Pistons all look a little bit better than the Packers. Well, the Packers,
you guys are funny.
They could pull some upsets, but I can't see them winning 4 straight.
You guys are funny.
Engelbert is way past your prime.
Yeah, and Dolomite. Yeah, that's what the company she worked for.
Ellen Page, why you didn't in that boy?
No, my Browns too, JJ Lee. Browns have not won the Super Bowl.
The Browns.
Well, actually, Mark. No, technically, I think we did because they stole our team.
Baltimore. I know we talked.
And they
about
moved
that.
to Baltimore. That was the. It should have been.
They won the 64 championship, Rob. I don't remember the game, but they won. I was 5. I remember the next year when they lost to the Packers.
But the Browns, that should have been Baltimore/Browns that the year they moved. So
What would
they
be a
actually
great
maybe
Super
would have.
Bowl is the Packers versus the Chiefs. That would be a great Super Bowl. Here's the Packers, the only team that's won 3 championships in a row. And they're going to try to, and no one's won 3 Super Bowls because the Packers only won 2 Super Bowls in a row because there was no Super Bowl in 65. And let's say they beat the Chiefs and deny them to take away, the Packers only team winning 3 in a row. That'd be a great game.
Yeah.
Great game.
Yeah.
And they have 2 biracial quarterbacks going at each other.
So they'll have both races rooting for them.
That'd be funny, right? Biracial versus biracial.
Here we are with the biracial quarterbacks.
Packers are the only team to have 3 championships in a row. They did it twice, but there wasn't a championship game before. They won in 65, 66, 67, but there was no Super Bowl in 1965. So I think they won in the 30s.
Thanks,
still.
Bobby. We appreciate you always coming in and making comments to our comments when we have our videos, Bobby. Thanks for that. And if you guys like this, hit the like button. And also, if you want to contribute to our channel, be sure to do that.
There's super chats and super thanks. And there's a link to PayPal.
Yeah. But we appreciate everybody's comments and our videos. Like I said, you're making us, we're getting there. We're almost up to 6,000, but we'll get it going. Oh yeah, Dave, like the Browns 40-50. If the Browns had had Jim Brown and Ernie Davis, it would have been nobody would have been able to beat them if Ernie Davis, and they could have run them either one. I actually thought Ernie Davis was better than Jim Brown actually.
So the Packers won it in 29 through 31. That was the 3 years they won, but they didn't have like title games back then. Just had to have the best record. Anyone to beat Kansas City.
I think you're right, Michael.
We'll see. I mean, Kansas City could win it. I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes is a special, special player. He may be the greatest player of all time.
Warren Moon, yeah. Warren Moon.
They won titles in the league they were in the NFL. What are you talking about?
Warren Moon's got the CFL titles.
Up the NFL?
Warren Moon's got the CFL titles with different teams.
Yeah. So, I'm doing this thing with vidIQ, which helps with ideas and titles and stuff like that. Mick, I would like to talk Chicks Dig Sabard podcast or Mick or.
Right, Boxing says he wants Mick to come in. Well, if Mick comes in, we'll never get a word in. We have to understand him first.
Yeah, I don't know the guy's name that does Chicks Dig Scars podcast because he doesn't even say what his name is or even have an email. He's from Philadelphia, and that's all I know. And I'm in Philadelphia, so it's interesting to have him. And I like Fly Hippie. I'd like him to call in. That'd be cool. And I like what's her name? Adrian.
You're right.
Adrian Moss.
Otto Graham, greatest quarterback of all times. Otto Graham.
Otto Graham is the greatest winner of all time. I don't know if she's the greatest quarterback. I did a greatest quarterbacks of all time, and I think I have him 4th. I have, let's see, first was Brady, unfortunately. Second was Montana. Third was Peyton Manning. And I think I have Otto Graham 4th, and Johnny Unitas 5th.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Bill Russell for NFL.
Roger Staubach 6th. Who would I have 7th? Because the Packers 3 quarterbacks, I had 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yeah, the time difference would be hard with Mick because it's about 6-hour difference.
Quite to love sports. She didn't support Caitlin Clark making the Olympic team. She turned me off from that. She did that. She's not a big Caitlin Clark fan.
You're funny, Bobby. I know he's trying hard. Help him out, Bobby. Help him out.
Yeah, he was sick, and he was in his bed making videos. He's made videos from the back seats of cars, like a taxi ride. He's insane. Mick's insane.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that Basil. Was Brady. I missed. I tried to read it, but it kind of went through. I think we were talking with AK.
Did you see how Mark avoided my Brady comment? What was your Brady comment?
Yeah, it was early. I kind of saw it.
I didn't see it. What did it say?
I think it was during AK Nation when we were.
What did he say?
When we were talking about best quarterbacks or something about quarterbacks.
I said
MVP. I think
MVP Tom Brady. What was your comment?
No, I think it was talking about how we were talking about who, if you didn't have the quarterback on the team, what a difference the team would be. I think he was talking about that.
Oh, well, it depends. I mean, some years Brady was more important than others to the Patriots, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's saying when Brady was off the team, they didn't make the playoffs. So it's like,
well, that's true. I mean, but some years they had the Patriots were stacked, and he didn't have to do a tremendous amount. I mean, I'm not saying he's not the greatest quarterback of all time because he is, but I just think the Patriots had some really good teams during that year.
Oh, he has a gaming channel too, huh, Michael? He's got a gaming channel with hundreds of thousands. Those gaming channels, man. I almost want to get into that.
Yeah, I just don't think Buffalo's that talented a team right now. And look where he's got him. He got the number 2 seed in the AFC. Yeah, that one year that Brady was injured, they went 11-5. They didn't make the playoffs. Actually, they were 11-5 and didn't make the playoffs. I want to correct you on that. I believe they were 11. They're like the only 11-5 team that never made the playoffs. In fact, they had the who was their quarterback that ended up playing in San Francisco? What was his quarterback's name?
Oh,
no, right? Okay. Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs. He said they made the playoffs. That was incorrect.
What? Basil was wrong? I got to write this down.
Basil was wrong. He said they made the playoffs without Brady, but they were 11-5 though.
Basil was.
Oh yeah, Steve
wrong.
Young. Steve Young.
Young. Bonos. Yeah, Bonos.
Steve Young. I think I had him 7 after Roger Staubach, and then I had Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Brett Starr, and then I had
Matt Cassell.
Then I had John. Then I had John Elway, and Dan Marino was 12. I know people like Marino thinks that's too low.
I did, Bobby. I did, Bob. Yeah, they shipped him to Kansas City real fast. What do you think about Darnold with Minnesota? He was Darnold. I mean, with Minnesota, everybody wrote him off. It was the Jets. He couldn't do anything.
I think it's amazing. I think it's crazy. He's the real deal, Rob. I mean, this is a whole season now. It's not just a half a season.
Yeah, it's not just. Yes, this is like
and they're winning, and he does have the best. He's probably the best.
Talk about winning the comeback player. He's comeback player of the year, definitely.
Yeah, he does have a talented offense. Talented receivers. I'll say that. He's got 3 good receivers.
Yeah, he's got 3.
And one great receiver. Yeah, I wonder if, with Dan Marino, if Don Shula it's like kind of lost his touch shortly after Marino got there and never got him back. If Marino hadn't lost his, if Don Shula was at his peak as a coach, he seemed to be a little bit burned out, a little bit, behind the times. I don't know what it was. He couldn't. Darnold can't be MVP. Darnold could be MVP. I mean, it's hard. I'll tell you who I feel sorry for was Archie Manning. those New Orleans Saints sucked. Well, and he would drop back and there'd be like 3 guys in his face.
Well, Fran Tarkenton too. I like Fran Tarkenton.
No, I know, but at least Tarkinen played with some decent teams. Archie Manning never played with any decent team. The
Yeah.
Saints sucked. He was there like he played 12 seasons with them and then 2 seasons with someone else who sucked. And he could have been a great quarterback
Yeah.
just with a different franchise. It was
Well,
they never got good.
well, his sons took over, so, and he's got the other one in Texas. I don't know how long he's going to stay at Texas. The youngest one. He's not getting any play, so.
Yeah. I like Marino, but he threw too many interceptions, and that hurts in the playoffs. And
I liked him in the movie. I liked him in the movies.
That's what Brett Favre did too.
I liked him in Ace Ventura.
Archie Manning's going to play for Bill in college. Oh, he's one of the young Manning.
That might be right, Chris, because he's not getting no play at Texas.
I don't know why he went there. I would want to go someplace where I could start right away. That's just
you see how Syracuse got the quarterback from Ohio State. He's doing really well.
Yeah, I didn't watch the bowl game the other day, but Rob.
Syracuse! I can't believe they ended up.
But
wow,
they didn't play a ranked team, but they played a decent team.
Yeah, they did. They beat Miami.
No. In the bowl game, that's the problem with the bowl games. Yeah, I was going to watch the game, and I decided I ended up watching.
Yeah, Colorado beat down. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel, he was a bust.
Oh God, please! You're killing me with my Browns. When the Browns drafted him, I almost quit the Browns when they drafted him.
I didn't think he was going to be a bust, Rob. I didn't think he was going to be what the player was in college. I thought he had enough talent to at least be decent.
But when they drafted him, I almost my teams.
But there wasn't any indication that he was that much of a mental,
But you have to see that. I mean, they do more screening than anything.
I couldn't have seen that he was have that much of a mental. I didn't know he had a problem and stuff.
Yeah. I miss Baker. I was young.
The thing with the money thing. I said, he's immature, but you can overcome that. You can grow.
I wish the Browns would have kept Baker. I like Baker. I was really upset with that.
How about Pantyhose Joe Namath? Joe Namath is going to go down as underrated, actually, because he really was a good quarterback, and you can't tell by his touchdowns and interception ratio, but his knees got bad, the Jets got bad, he started forcing it. But if you saw him play when he had some decent teams before his knees kind of started going bad, he could really throw that ball. He had a quick release. He was a smart signal caller.
BYU was a good team. They don't want it. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised they beat Colorado. Pantyhose, yeah, Pantyhose Joe. No, what about when he got creamed? Yeah, watch Joe Namath get creamed with Noxzema. I'm old.
There was this guy on on the NFL Network. He's predicted the winner of the Super Bowl 5 years in a row before the season started. He did pick the Chiefs. He said the Chiefs would beat the 49ers. Remember? That was the guy. I don't have his name in front of me. So
the betting does come into a lot of play now, Duke. I mean,
no, but I understand. But if they're the betting favorite, it's because they think the general public thinks that team is going to win. So to say
Marie
was not people saying they weren't going to win, that's silly.
That's right, Marie. Knicks, baby. Go New York. Go New York. Go.
Predict
I'm a Mets fan, Knicks fan.
That's favorite. Right. I don't know what he's talking about. Fans.
That's right, Marie.
Betting is a real thing.
Mets fan from '69, and I was always a Knicks fan. Not too much a Jets fan. Because I'm a Browns fan.
So,
yeah, I remember that.
What about the college championship?
I know. Yeah, you guys. Who's going to win the college? Yeah, that's good. That's good, Mark. Who's going to win the college?
It starts tomorrow. I mean, the real games start tomorrow. They didn't need 12 teams. They could have just gone with 8.
That was too much. Yeah, who's going to win the college?
Well, Oregon's undefeated.
But they can be beaten.
Yeah, I don't think they're dominant. So we'll see what happens. They got to win 3 straight, Rob.
Yeah.
It's like everybody else right now.
Ohio State, no, I don't think so. They can't even beat Michigan. They can't beat Michigan.
Anytime you're dealing with single elimination, Rob, anything can happen.
Yep. Ohio State, they can't beat Michigan.
I mean, you get upsets when it's best of 7. So you can get upset when it's single elimination.
12, yeah.
Let me just see. So which game is
what about Notre Dame?
Notre Dame game Friday night? Which one's Friday night? One of them's Friday night and 3 are Saturday. I mean, well, not Friday. I mean, 1 is tomorrow night and 3 is whatever day that is. What's that? Wednesday?
Notre Dame could win it all.
All right, let me see.
Well, Chris, I'm rooting for Georgia. I like Georgia. I got relatives in Georgia, so I always.
Yeah, Rob doesn't like Notre Dame, but I do.
No, I don't like Notre Dame. I like Georgia. I think Georgia.
Let's see.
I think Georgia's going to win it all. Although they don't have the quarterback, that's okay. I think Georgia's going to win it all.
No, Penn State and Boise State is playing tomorrow night, Rob.
Ooh, that's a good game.
7:30.
Ooh, it's going to be some announcer said that it's going to be like the shortest game. It's going to be the shortest game because they're just going to run the ball. Both teams are just going to run the ball, so it's going to be a short game, like 2-hour game.
I'm glad that they did it early in the evening. I would have even preferred 7:00, so because people go out on New Year's Eve. But I'm glad they didn't put it like at 8:30 or anything like that. So 7:30. So that's cool. And then Notre Dame plays at 8:45 on New Year's night. Oregon plays at 5.
Oh, you got Penn State, huh, Basil? I don't know.
Texas and Arizona play at 1. So
Arizona State, not Arizona. Arizona State.
I mean, right now, if you look at the rankings, Oregon's 13-0, and the number 2 ranked team has 2 losses. So you have to say Oregon's the favorite. I mean,
yeah.
But Notre Dame only has 1 loss, and that was early in the year, Rob.
Yeah, I know Notre Dame. I mean,
Notre Dame's but Notre Dame's good. They've had it. Their schedule hasn't been that easy either.
Oregon got rid of the coach, and he went to Miami, and they're like, "Yeah, we knew it was going to happen."
Notre Dame's ranked 5th in the nation right now.
The Big Ten championship game.
AP has them 3rd.
Ohio State against Penn State. Ohio State's not going to win anything. Their coach.
Georgia has 2 losses. They lost to Alabama, and they lost to Ole Miss.
And Ohio State lost to Michigan.
Yeah. Let's see. Who did Texas? Texas lost to Georgia and Georgia twice.
Yeah.
All right. Notre Dame just has 1 bad loss. So we'll see. We'll see. Rob you don't think Penn State's that good?
No.
They're ranked 4th according to the
overrated.
And they're 5th and 8th.
Overrated. I'm not impressed with the Big Ten.
Did you ever see that Caitlin Clark video where I think she was a freshman. Or maybe she was in high school and they were showing it. They kept saying overrated, and she just
that's right.
She kept dropping trees. I remember it was a freshman in college or whether it was a flashback and it was to when she was a senior in high school. But these guys were all saying overrated, and she just kept dropping.
She was like swishing them like, yeah.
And she had a really good game.
That's right. Poke high. Where we go? Al Bundy. You're right, Basil. Yeah, that's right. Oregon's they're freaking all these teams, they're Big Ten. USC's in Big Ten. It's so strange. Stanford's in the ACC. It just blows me. I lived in California for 13 years, and Cal and Stanford are in the ACC now.
Did someone say Caitlin Clark? No, we didn't say Caitlin Clark. We never talk about Caitlin Clark. We never do videos about her either.
Who? That overrated? She's overrated.
And overrated.
Southeast Polk is a rural high school for Polk County. How big is the school, Dave? It must be a small school. Southeast Polk.
It was a high school game. Okay, I saw. I guess I saw excerpts from it. But didn't she have a big game after they called her overrated and the Caitlin Clark one?
Oh, it's you. It's a big
And they
school.
won.
Okay. Okay, it's a big school. Okay. I have to look it up. All I know is Polk High is from Al Bundy.
Yeah, I wonder what the box score is for that game because I think I guess I just saw highlights of her just dropping threes and them winning pretty big. They whooped her in the state tournament. That was against Polk County.
Vadim.
But that was before he could have had her, but he took
You're right, Vadim. Yeah. You know, there's a crowd. Overrated.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark's high school was just a regular high school. She didn't go like it.
That's right, Jay. He's got 4 touchdowns in one game. Al Bundy.
Al Bundy did?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a 22-year-old playing with 10-year-olds probably.
Polk High.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Let me look that up. What was that?
Oh, Polk County.
Chavez is still uncommitted to where she's going. I did look that up. Let me look this up.
She's gonna go wherever. She's gonna go wherever Christy Sides coaches in college.
Christy Sides is going to be your coach.
She wants to know what it feels like with Caitlin.
Christy Sides. So it will be interesting what her next job is, Rob.
It'll be coaching. I'm pretty sure.
Well, she's better off as an assistant. I said, high school is probably the right level. She's going to be a head coach. I don't think she's good enough for college. I'll be honest. I think it's about high school is the highest she should be. But she can't even call a timeout properly, so I don't even think she should be a head coach. I'll be honest.
Actually, Basil, he's in the also good at jiu-jitsu. He's in the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Ed O'Neill. Christy Sides to the sky as an assistant would be a great storyline. Yeah.
This says that she
yeah.
It happened when she was in Iowa too, but
I know we had to do, Mark. What ask the commenters what they think about Carrington's going off on the taxi cab driver. If they saw that video.
Yeah, I mean,
talk about that was crazy.
Oh, they have a video on that.
Yeah, Carrington going off on the freaking taxi cab driver.
She's got mental problems.
That was a crazy video. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, she is a clown. Unbelievable.
She's like the rest of the WNBA. That's self-entitlement taking place. And you didn't see the taxi story? Just Google it. She was in a taxi and they wanted to play music, and apparently they were probably
Well,
playing it too
Uber, was
loud.
it taxi or Uber? Was it taxi or Uber?
It was an Uber. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was Uber.
And he said, "No, you can't play the music," and they didn't like that. And I think they probably continued to play it probably. So he pulled over and kicked him out. As far
And
as
she
we
said,
can tell, because we don't know who's given this the side of the story of what actually happened. It's just like a paragraph in the article. And then she starts filming it and accuses him of kidnapping them, which there's no indication that took place. And then said, "Oh, white people can just start like kidnapping black people for no reason." Like,
or they make they make the phone call whenever they make the phone call for the police. Some kind of the guy was Arabic.
Yeah, apparently he was heard him speaking Arabic or something. He didn't do anything wrong, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, that's his car. That's his property.
I saw some of the video of her in street clothes. Incredible body. Oh, that is. I guess she can do whatever she wants. She's not sharing it with you. She's going to share it with women.
That's right. She's on the B team. You're on the A team. Yeah, she stood around saying being kidnapped with zero fear. Oh, I'm being kidnapped.
They were playing the music real loud in the second one. I believe it. I believe that the music was loud, which is why I didn't want him to play it. If they played it at a small level, he probably would have said okay with it. But he might be paying to the GPS. He might not know where he's going on a specific. He doesn't know every place that he's going to all the time by heart.
Well, when they got into the new Uber, they were still filming, playing the music really loud, and the second one too. What is the problem? What? No one wants to hear damn music. Yeah, they got it right. It's their car. It's their property. It's their car. They have a right to kick anybody out. Wow, one high school, 7,400. That's a lot, Dave. Yeah, it is a safety issue, Marie. I mean, if you're driving, you got to focus. Yeah, boxing. No, the other one is people talking on their phones to other people loud. Like, I want to hear their conversation and their whole life. That's my thing too. Boxing, people. Yeah, and I and then she. I'm like, well, I don't want to hear your whole life and conversation. Mick did 5. Mick did 5 videos on it. That's pretty big, Dave.
So here's the big question: how did Alyssa Smith get DJ Nate Carrington? Alyssa Smith has no personality and is average looking.
Right.
Well, DJ Nate Carrington has no personality either, so at least she's good.
Yeah, Dave, our class was 450. We had a big class. Our school was pretty.
Ours was 476, Rob.
Yeah, ours was 4. Yeah, you guys had a big one. Our high school was pretty big too.
My brothers, I think my elder brothers, they were more like closer to 500. You only had 450?
I think we had 4. No, I think we had 420, something like that. 450. Yeah, I could be wrong. All I know at the end is that we sang the Alka-Seltzer song, "Pop, Pop, Fizz, Fizz." Oh, what a relief it is.
Alyssa used to be pretty. Well, what happened? I mean, she shouldn't. She's only 22 years old.
Mark, you had 52, Mark, graduating class? Oh, my gosh.
It turned out Caitlin Clark dropped 42 in the crowd that told her she was overrated.
Oh, okay. Oh, in the class. Okay.
$42 points in the win. She was smiling when they were doing it.
Cool, Mark.
We're well endowed.
You say she's packing? Is that what you're trying to say?
Mick can extract an 8-minute, 1-second video out of what the ninth man on the LA Sparks had for lunch on Tuesday. And he does like these hypotheticals, and he doesn't even edit his videos. He just says, "Oh, I don't know what, but this that doesn't do that." All of a sudden, he's talking. He didn't know, like, I don't know, somebody. He couldn't remember that. Like Dennis Rossi went to UConn or something. He's like doing something. I was like,
more like he, she, Marie. He, she, not him, her. He, she. That's what they have on the name tags for where I work.
I went to New York Law School. I went to Syracuse University and Rochester Institute of Technology too.
You went to SU too?
Yeah, I didn't graduate. I graduated from Rochester Institute of Technology.
All right.
Yeah, he said he's like made these videos like perfect player for the Fever, and that includes free agents, non-free agents, players over in Europe. He's done like 30 videos like that. This is the perfect player that the Fever need to have.
Boxing.
I haven't done any. Yeah, I found there's a 4-minute and 20-second video, 26-second video on the game. She's got 42 on him in a win. Not to watch it again because I was watching. It was funny to watch her just drop 3 after 3 after being chanted
overrated. That was the best line, Vadim. Gino was in the crowd chanting too.
Oh, I want to interview Gino. I really do.
He wouldn't give you the time of day, Mark.
I know, not me, but I just want someone to interview him that asks him some tough questions.
Syracuse Law School.
CC and Paige play. I know they played together on 2 teams. The third time Caitlin Clark made the team, Paige was too old for the team because she was born in October and she was like 3 young. Okay. And then Caitlin Clark was MVP of their year, the under 19 team, or the last year that she was on.
Called them down as Maroons. I thought that was like their nickname.
Can you believe they cut Caitlin Clark? She was on the under 17 team. The next year she goes out. And after she was on the team the year before, she didn't make it. And then the next year she came back and made the under 19 team. But she couldn't make the number 17 team the year before. Then she was on the number 19 team again, and then she was the MVP.
I don't know.
Downtown doesn't stop to give autographs quite a lot. I don't know. You have to ask her. Shades of Jordan as a high school sophomore. What shades of Jordan as a high school sophomore? I'm confused.
So let's start in front of Caitlin.
I know what happened as a sophomore. He didn't make the varsity, but what shades of Jordan?
Gino giving Mark no rating. Gino's watching. He's giving you no rating, Mark. He's giving us no rating. Vadim, you're on fire tonight.
On fire.
Fire. Speaking of fire, I got to up and out of here.
All right, guys. So
everyone,
Rob wants to end the show.
I'm gonna go eat something and make me some soup rice. With chicken with
chicken cut. Oh yeah. Oh, high school Jordan. Yes. Yeah. Except,
yeah.
It's not like Jordan made the varsity as a freshman. She made the under 17 team the year before, and then she went out for the under 17 team again, and she didn't make it the next year. That was weird. She said she didn't play well, but it's probably because she took chances or something like that. Right.
All right, y'all.
So, anyways,
thanks for stopping in. If you, like I said, you want to contribute to PayPal anytime,
Jordan,
to us.
there's super chats and super thanks down below if you want to contribute to the channel, and there's a link to PayPal.
Yep.
Jordan grew 5
Appreciate
inches
you.
like the next year. Sometimes they say 7 inches, sometimes they say 5, but he grew 5
Yeah.
inches, let's say 5, from his sophomore year to his junior year. And he went in there and dominated his junior year after not
I
being
grew like 3. I grew like 3 inches from freshman year. I grew like 3 inches
well,
when I came
I
to
grew
high
8
school.
inches in 3 years. My brother grew 9 inches in 3 years, you know. So everyone that goes through that growth spurt, but 5 inches in 1 year is a lot.
Yeah, I did 3 over the summer. My mom stopped buying clothes for me. She's like, I can't
Really?
buy any clothes.
Over the summer?
Yeah. I started when I left Rogers, when I left Rogers, I was 5.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was 5.
I never
4,
grew
5,
3 inches
5.
over summer. I grew
And
3 inches.
then I was 5 when I was a freshman, and I ended up being 5'7".
1 year I grew 3 inches, and then 2 years I grew 2.5 inches each year. And I hit my 8 inches. That's my spurt, 8 inches.
Vadim, you're awesome. You know ball, Vadim.
Rob, 3 inches
Boxing,
over.
I'm going to Japan on January 21st.
I thought you were going January 17th.
21st. No, 21st, I said. 19th. 19th, I'm going up to New York. We're leaving on 21st.
Told me you couldn't video after the 17th. You said the 17th you were leaving
I
for
said
here.
19th. Yeah, you're losing it, man. You're losing it.
I wrote it down. I wrote it down, Rob.
You wrote down the wrong thing. I said 19th.
So you're not going to Japan till the 21st.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be doing any videos because I'll be up in New York.
You'll be in New York for 2 days?
Well,
And how long
a day and
you
a
gonna
half. A day and a half because our flight's out in the morning, 21st.
How long are you going to be in Japan for?
Till the 5th.
All right. Okay.
All right, y'all.
So anyway, you guys, thanks for stopping by today.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the show.
Happy New Year. Or sumo wrestling? No,
We'll
Michael.
see.
I want to go. Michael, I want to go to the. They have a muscle bar with the girls. They have a girls' muscle bar. Maybe I'll go there.
I'm gonna go to talk to
muscle
your
bar.
Uber driver and see what.
See what.
All right. So everyone,
Right.
we'll see you later.
Take care, you guys. Shilling Kwaila. Happy New Year.
Be there or be square next Monday. All right. Take care.
All right. Take care.